There is a roadmap for how AI develops. Not a guess, not a theory, a documented progression that researchers at DeepMind, OpenAI, and Anthropic all independently arrived at, with slight variations in language, but remarkable agreement on the core stages. 7 of them, each one meaningfully different from the last, each one arriving faster than the previous one. And as of 2025 and into 2026, we crossed into Stage 5. The vast majority of people alive right now have no idea what that means for Stage 6, or what sits at Stage 7. By the end of this video, you will. We are going through all 7, in order, with real examples at each one, so you can see exactly where we came from, understand precisely where we are, and make your own judgment about where this is going. Let's go.
1. Rule-based AI. Stage 1 is where everything started, and understanding it properly makes every stage after it easier to understand.
Rule-based AI is exactly what it sounds like. A human programmer sits down and writes out every possible situation the system might encounter, then writes a rule for how to respond to each one. If the customer says X, respond with Y. If the temperature reads above a certain level, shut off the valve. If the chess piece is here, move there. The system follows rules. It does not learn. It does not adapt. It does not improve unless a human rewrites the rules.
Here's the curiosity gap.
This sounds primitive, but rule-based AI ran your bank's fraud detection for decades, and some of it still does. IBM's Deep Blue, which beat world chess champion Garry Kasparov in 1997, was a landmark moment for rule-based AI. It evaluated roughly 200 million positions per second using rules and heuristics programmed by human chess experts. It was extraordinary for its time. It was also completely rigid. Put Deep Blue in front of a checkers board, and it would do nothing. It knew chess rules and only chess rules.
Here's the pattern interrupt.
An AI that can only do what it was explicitly told is not really thinking. It is a very fast instruction follower. The intelligence was always in the programmer, not the program. This stage lasted roughly from the 1950s through the mid-2000s for most practical applications. Its legacy is everywhere in the systems that still run quietly in the background of modern life. Traffic lights, industrial control systems, basic customer service phone trees. You interact with Stage 1 AI multiple times every week without recognizing it.
2. Machine learning. Stage 2 is the moment AI stopped being purely instructed and started learning from data.
And this single shift is what made everything that followed possible.
Machine learning means an AI system is shown enormous amounts of examples and figures out the patterns on its own without a human explicitly writing a rule for every situation. Show it 10,000 emails labeled spam and 10,000 labeled not spam, and it learns to recognize the difference. Show it millions of movie ratings, and it learns to predict what you might want to watch next. It learns. It improves. It generalizes to new examples it has never seen before. Here's the curiosity gap.
Netflix's recommendation engine, Gmail's spam filter, and the algorithm that decides what you see on Facebook are all Stage 2 AI. They have been running your digital life for over a decade. Google's AlphaGo, which defeated the world champion Go player Lee Sedol in 2016, operated largely through machine learning rather than hand-coded rules. Go has more possible board positions than there are atoms in the observable universe. No human could write rules for every situation. AlphaGo learned by playing millions of games against itself. That self-play approach to learning was a preview of something much larger that would come later.
Here's the pattern interrupt.
The moment AI started learning from experience rather than following instructions, the speed of progress stopped being limited by how fast humans could write rules. It became limited by how much data you could feed it.
Stage 2 ran roughly from the 1990s through the mid-2010s as the dominant paradigm.
Its fingerprints are on virtually every digital product you use. Search rankings, credit scoring, medical imaging analysis, predictive text on your phone. Most people living through Stage 2 had no idea it was happening at all.
3. Deep learning and perception.
Stage 3 is when AI gains something that previously only living creatures had: the ability to perceive the world through raw sensory input. Not structured data in a spreadsheet. Actual images. Actual sounds. Actual spoken language. Deep learning, which uses layered mathematical structures loosely inspired by how neurons connect in a brain, allowed AI systems to look at a photograph and recognize a face, listen to a voice, and transcribe every word, or identify a tumor in a medical scan with accuracy matching specialist physicians. These capabilities did not exist at any practical scale before roughly 2012, when a deep learning system called AlexNet won an image recognition competition by a margin that stunned the research community.
Here's the curiosity gap.
The face recognition that unlocks your phone and the voice recognition that powers Siri, Alexa, and Google Assistant are all Stage 3 AI. You use Stage 3 technology dozens of times every single day. Apple's Face ID processes your face through a neural network that maps thousands of data points in milliseconds. Amazon's Alexa converts your spoken words into text through deep learning, and then processes that text to find your intent. Google Photos can identify every person in thousands of your pictures without you labeling a single one. Each of these felt like magic when it launched. Each of them is now so routine that most people never think about the technology underneath.
Here's the pattern interrupt.
We accepted AI that could see and hear us faster than we understood what we were accepting. That is worth pausing on.
Stage 3 reached mass consumer deployment roughly between 2014 and 2020.
Medical imaging AI, trained on deep learning, began matching specialist-level performance in radiology and dermatology diagnosis. Self-driving car research accelerated dramatically because cameras and sensors could finally feed raw data into systems that learned to interpret it. The world began to look meaningfully different from the inside of Stage 3 than it had from Stage 2, even though most people never noticed the transition.
4. Language understanding. Stage 4 is the one most people alive today actually remember noticing.
The moment AI learned to understand and generate human language at a level that felt genuinely different from anything before it.
The technical breakthrough behind Stage 4
is called the Transformer Architecture, introduced by researchers at Google in a 2017 paper titled, "Attention is All You Need." The Transformer allowed AI systems to process language not word by word in sequence, but by understanding the relationships between all words in a passage simultaneously. This single architectural change made language models dramatically more capable, almost overnight by research standards.
Here's the curiosity gap.
GPT-3, released by OpenAI in 2020, was the first system most researchers recognized as meaningfully crossing into Stage 4. It could write essays, answer questions, summarize documents, and hold a conversation. Not perfectly, but well enough to be genuinely useful in ways no previous system had been.
Then, in November 2022,
OpenAI released ChatGPT as a consumer product. 100 million people tried it within 2 months. That was not a gradual adoption curve. That was the fastest consumer technology adoption in recorded history. Stage 4 did not sneak up on the world. It arrived with the loudest entrance any technology stage had ever made.
Here's the pattern interrupt.
Most people who use AI today are still thinking about it in Stage 4 terms. A smart chatbot, a very good autocomplete. They are one stage behind where we actually are right now.
Stage 4 AI, at its peak,
could write, summarize, translate, answer, and converse. What it could not do reliably was reason through multi-step problems, make plans, take actions in the real world, or work independently toward a goal over an extended period. That is the wall Stage 4 hit. And that wall is exactly what Stage 5 is built to break through.
5. Reasoning and agency. Where we are right now. Stage 5 is where we are now.
And it is a more significant jump from Stage 4 than most people realize. Because the change is not just about being smarter, it is about being autonomous.
Stage 5 AI does not just answer questions.
It reasons through problems across multiple steps, makes plans, uses tools, takes actions in the real world, and works independently toward a goal for extended periods without needing a human to guide every step. The difference between Stage 4 and Stage 5 is roughly the difference between a very well-read reference book and a capable junior employee you can assign a task to and walk away from.
Here's the curiosity gap.
Meta, the organization that tracks AI autonomous task capability, documented AI going from 10 minutes of independent work in early 2024 to nearly 5 hours of unassisted professional-grade work by late 2025. That progression happened in under 2 years.
Claude Code from Anthropic,
GitHub Copilot, and OpenAI's operator-style agents are all Stage 5 systems. They can receive a complex goal, build this feature, Research this topic, fix these errors across this codebase, and work through it independently, making decisions, correcting mistakes, and producing finished results without step-by-step human direction. The majority of Fortune 100 companies were already running Stage 5 AI tools inside their operations by 2026.
Here's the pattern interrupt.
Every job on every job extinction list you have ever seen is being affected by Stage 5, not Stage 4. Stage 4 was impressive. Stage 5 is operational.
What makes Stage 5 genuinely different as a threshold
Is not just capability. It is the introduction of real-world consequences. A Stage 4 system that writes something wrong is annoying. A Stage 5 agent that takes wrong actions in a real system, books the wrong thing, deletes the wrong file, sends the wrong message, causes real damage. This is exactly why agent jacking, which we covered in a previous video, became a genuine security threat only at Stage 5. The agent had enough autonomy to be weaponized.
6. Self-improvement, the stage already beginning. Stage 6 is the one that serious researchers describe with the most careful language.
Not because it is the final stage, because it is the one where the speed of progress potentially stops being determined by human effort.
Self-improving AI means an AI system can meaningfully contribute to making itself or its successor more capable.
The loop closes. Progress is no longer limited by how many human researchers are working on the problem. It becomes partially driven by the AI improving the tools used to build better AI.
Here's the curiosity gap.
In February 2026, OpenAI's technical paper for GPT 5.3 Codex noted that the model played a key role in its own creation process, helping debug its own training and managing portions of its own deployment pipeline. That sentence, buried in a technical appendix, is one of the clearest early signals of Stage 6 beginning.
This is not full Stage 6 in its complete form.
Researchers are clear about that distinction. The AI contributed to its own development under heavy human oversight, within specific constrained tasks, not in an open-ended self-directed way. But the direction of travel is unambiguous.
Here's the pattern interrupt.
Stage 6 does not require AI to be smarter than all humans combined. It just requires AI to be good enough at AI research to make the next version meaningfully better than the current one. That bar is lower and closer than most people picture.
Anthropic's responsible scaling policy,
which we discussed in the Claude video, was specifically designed to manage this transition. The concern is not that Stage 6 AI will immediately become dangerous. The concern is that the speed of progress at Stage 6 becomes harder to track, predict, or govern using the same frameworks that worked at Stage 5. Every previous stage arrived faster than the one before it. If that pattern holds, Stage 6 will not wait for the world to be ready.
7. Artificial General Intelligence, the final stage. Stage 7 has more names than any other stage, depending on who you ask. Artificial General Intelligence, AGI, Human-Level AI, the Singularity, Superintelligence. Different researchers use these terms differently and with different implications, but at the core, they all describe the same threshold: an AI system that can perform any intellectual task a human can, in any domain, at a human level or above, without domain-specific retraining. Here's the curiosity gap. Sam Altman at OpenAI said in 2025 that his team now knows how to build AGI. Dario Amodei at Anthropic hinted at the same timeline. Demis Hassabis at Google DeepMind put it at 50% probability before 2030. These are not fringe voices making wild predictions. These are the chief executives of the 3 most important AI organizations on Earth. What does Stage 7 actually mean in practice for an ordinary person? A system that can do your taxes, diagnose your medical symptoms, write your legal documents, teach your grandchildren, run a business, conduct scientific research, and do every one of those things at the level of the best human expert in each field, simultaneously, for the cost of a software subscription. Here's the pattern interrupt. That is not a description of a tool. That is a description of a different kind of entity entirely. And the people closest to building it are the ones saying it is coming within this decade. What Stage 7 looks like beyond its initial arrival. What happens to work, to economies, to human purpose, and to the balance of power between nations, when any task that requires intelligence can be automated at near zero cost? Those questions do not have settled answers. Researchers, economists, philosophers, and governments are actively debating them right now, with genuine disagreement among serious, well-informed people. What is not being seriously debated anymore is whether Stage 7 is a permanent science fiction concept. The debate has moved to when, what it looks like, and who governs it. Let's bring all 7 together clearly and quickly. Stage 1. Rule-based AI. Systems that followed explicit, human-written rules, nothing more. Deep Blue playing chess. Traffic lights. Phone trees. Stage 2. Machine learning. AI that learned from data instead of following instructions. Netflix recommendations. Spam filters. Google's search rankings. Stage 3. Deep learning and perception. AI that could see, hear, and interpret the raw physical world. Face recognition. Voice assistance. Medical imaging diagnosis. Stage 4. Language understanding. AI that could read, write, and converse in human language at a genuinely useful level. GPT-3, ChatGPT, early Claude. The stage that reached 100 million users in 2 months. Stage 5. Reasoning and agency. Where we are right now in 2026. AI that reasons through complex problems, makes plans, takes real-world actions, and works independently for hours. Claude Code. AI agents. The stage that is actively reshaping every job market, every security threat, and every major business operation on Earth. Stage 6. Self-improvement. Already beginning, documented in an OpenAI technical paper from early 2026, where AI contributed to its own development under human oversight. Not fully here yet, arriving faster than most people are watching for. Stage 7. Artificial general intelligence. The threshold where AI can perform any intellectual task any human can, in any domain. Every major AI CEO is pointing at this decade. Every major research institution is preparing for it. We are at Stage 5. Stage 6 is already showing early signals. Stage 7 is the stated goal of every organization at the frontier of this technology, on a timeline measured in years, not decades. If this video helped you understand where we actually are in this progression, not where the headlines put us, not where the hype puts us, but where the documented evidence puts us, hit like and subscribe. We cover AI, technology, and cybersecurity every single week with real sources and real honesty about what we know and what we don't. Here is my question for the comments, and I want a specific, honest answer. Based on the 7 stages we just covered, which stage do you think will be the most dangerous transition? The move from Stage 5 to Stage 6, where AI starts improving itself, or the move from Stage 6 to Stage 7, where it reaches human-level general capability? And what is your single biggest reason for that answer? Tell me below.